One of the great things about my start of the month Thor News fundraiser freakouts with like 10 hours left is I get to go crazy and talk about whatever I want. Talk to you like you're a friend instead of me as your planetary defense commander all the time. Which I'm sure at times can be no fun for you either, because this is a relationship. I'm here for you almost every dang day. So yeah, you're going to be with me through my ups, my downs, or not. You're going to leave someday. It's part of life, seasons change. Love you either way. And today I'm talking about a lot of things. All the planets, look, they are all on the same side of the sun. In this circle orbit, though it's not a perfect circle. Perfect circles are hard to draw the first time, if you try. But orbit, as we know it, is a basic circle where all the planets spin around the sun. And well, they're all on the same side. So, like if you were swinging balls on rope, and Jupiter was like a basketball and Saturn, Uranus, and they were swinging around, that makes a difference when they're all kind of on the same side. And as a metaphor for our retrograde civilization, them all being on the same side, I like it. Because it's like, not only should Earth be a team, but our entire solar system could be a team. Because we live in a star field. If we can't take care of our own home, another star might come and take it from us. So now, there's never been a better time for our solar system to get better at being a solar system. So, everybody knows it's 2018, and since 2012, and even since 9/11, it's been tough. Like, it's not been as awesome as it could be. As I was thinking earlier, like, wow, it's like everybody works for Skull Tower, which is like that 10,000-year-old voodoo tower that they've been building and all the pyramids where they rule with violence and deception and slavery, all the horrible things, right? Skull Tower. And the thing is, you can't beat Skull Tower by killing anyone at Skull Tower. The only way you can dismantle Skull Towers by evolving into the future. So yeah, it's very Matrixy right now for me. You're Planetary Defense Commander, Asterisk. It's my official title. Star-Lord New Thor 7. Although my name is just the letter T. Letter T. Like in Thor. Or that. Or the. Or true. And they should put a warning label on women. Warning. Contents may be addictive. So, I was thinking back of the last few years, like, shit, we've been through a lot of shit. Sometimes the news flies past us so fast. Like in that video I made where I showed that, yeah, power went out at the Pentagon and the White House and everywhere around in D.C. for a couple hours in 2015. That was a big story, man. Huge story. And it speaks to our infrastructure and our power grid and why we don't make cool shit for our American selves anymore. And people get caught up on whatever the media is trying to show them. And sometimes it flies right past you so fast. Now, this is not a political message. This is not a political recommendation. This is just what I consider the best Fight Club moment of the last few years. When Putin handed Trump a soccer ball. And that, like, the key to the future is in the soccer ball. That we're all humans in a changing world. And that when I was growing up, good competition, fair, semi-fair competition was kind of the norm. And that it seems like in a digital age, but like say, if a basketball team is playing another basketball team, if one team won 100 and the other team got 99, that fact that it was a great game and they both made each other better. They both made them raise their game, and there was a game so good that technically both teams are winners. That was what I grew up with, when competition was good. And so even now, as I grew up as a fan, I grew up with the Texas Rangers. Nolan Ryan fastball into Pudge's catcher mitt was one of the greatest moments of my baseball life. Hearing the noise it made. And so now the Minute Maid Park here in Houston is one of my favorite it is my favorite ballpark of all time. So when the Texans play the Rangers play the Astros, I root for a good game. If UT plays A&M, because I went to North Texas, I root for a good game. Like, I just root for a good game. That is kind of like the analog world to me. And now, the digital world, it seems like there is a spirit that wants to win 100-0. So instead of having two teams competing against each other to raise their game, there's just like a monopoly of all things, all laws, all currencies, and that one side or one team wants to not only win everything, but they want their opponent to lose, and what they call schadenfreude, where people feel good when other people feel bad. While they are winning, they don't only want to win, they want their opponents to suffer. Suffering. And I was raised Christian, though my grandmother at the same time taught me the Norse mythologies, and that Christ is my king. It was a loving, cool, smart man. Never hurt anybody. They tortured him and they nailed him to a cross, and that his was supposed to be the sacrifice. So there's no reason to torture, or their suffering should end on that level to where humans suffer for the pleasures of others. That gets into more of a Spanish Inquisition energy, where Spanish Inquisition, where they were torturing people, and they enjoyed, like, the whole system was science, religion, and government all were like, hell yeah, let's torture people, man. In the Dark Ages, that was science's #1 study, was how to hurt people and make them feel bad but kill them slow. And so it's like the digital age, the power has shifted, whether you know it or not. It's almost even like all the digital information over the last 20 years, 30 years, they're blackmailing people with, and they got something on everybody. So, like, it's like this energy has been in control, and that energy doesn't really give a shit about anybody else anywhere else, and they don't care if anybody survives other than their tiny little team versus 7 billion people. And I've been saying, yeah, that won't work. Man, all the voodoo and space dust they snort and currencies they print up, they're playing. Either way, that shitty shit won't work into the next phase, because the sun and the planets, as I was pointing out again, they have a lot of say. Not only are they individual humans on this planet, asterisk, but we are microcosms on giant bodies, planets. And it's like people don't want to talk about or acknowledge the planets or the moon or the sun, because the smartphone made them so badass. We don't even have to pay attention to the things that were always there for us every day and give us their stellar light or their planetary light. I don't know, man. Every time I looked up and saw Jupiter, I felt like I had a friend in the sky. So my whole point is, but I think as Jupiter gets back home in Sagittarius, Saturn gets back home in Capricorn, all the planets start to return to their home zones, things are going to get better. And so don't lose faith, and that I don't believe in the voting saving people. I believe in coming up with new ideas and new attitudes and new ways to do things. and that we have to return to a good game society. No more of this pirate walk the plank, winner take all shit, because I think the overall mental consciousness quality of life for everyone has been going down since about 9/11. And either we're getting farmed by dark energy aliens, or there's like a small Hydra group. There's a collection of people who refuse to change or go into the future together. And seasons are changing fast these days. But knowing that Jupiter's about to return home and the planets are about to get in their home spaces, I'm actually excited. One of the cooler moments I've had in my life was one of the times I used to stand out at the ranch with the dogs and the horses all night, drinking and smoking. It was one night I saw all the stars where it looked like they were only each a few degrees from totally aligning, where like all the stars were aligned in like some great grand celestial formation. And I don't know, I think we're getting there, and us having to cure all the sins and mistakes of all of history. Yeah, it's rough, but we're hanging in there. I think we're doing a good job overall. I don't tell you guys that enough, as it should. But last year's been rough, and we're getting better. So keep the faith, have hope, and yeah, like I said, it's as simple as being like, we're all kids. We all grew up kids. We all got to wipe our ass every day. We all feel like the world has ended when we get a really bad flu. You know, we're always glad someone is there to make us soup and put a damp compress on our head and say they love us whenever we get really sick. We got to take care of each other. We are all in this together. And that, I don't know, sometimes it feels like a simulation, because I got so cool, man. Like, how did I get this cool? If I die tomorrow, I died one of the coolest human beings on the whole planet. And in any other civilization situation, I might have probably been more successful with my channel and my endeavors. What was it talking about? Oh yeah, to keep the faith. But, you know, if this is a simulation, then yay, it'll get better. So either way, it's going to get better. And the Hemsworth and the Baldwins are going to fight it out. But comedy. So everybody get ready for that. All right, I screwed that joke up totally. And if Liz Lemon likes it when I screw up jokes, then she's now high-fiving a million angels. Yeah, all planets on the same side. And the 4th of December looks like a day we could write a movie about. Good times. They're coming back again. Yay! But the next 2 weeks are probably still going to be kind of shaky. And feel like we're hanging on by our fingernails. Like that cat hanging on to the branch. Although the cat would probably be happier if you let go. Because cats can fall from high heights and survive. I love you guys. Stay cool. God bless everyone.